Bonsoir à tous, ravi de vous retrouver donc en direct sur la
Welcome
Festival de
to
Cannes.
everyone. We are delighted to be here with Didier Loach and I, Daniel Blake. And we will have the press conferences and the reactions of the jury members and the winners. And so we can begin from the start. The Caméra d'Or was the French film Divine. The Palme d'Or for short films was Time Code by Juanjo Jiménez. The Best Actor's prize was for Shahab Hosseini for The Salesman by Asghar Farhadi. The jury prize was for Andrea Arnold for her film American Honey. And the Best Actress award was to Jacqueline Jose for Marosa by Brillante Mendoza from the Philippines. And the Best Screenplay was for The Salesman by Asghar Farhadi. And a double Best Director's Prize for Christian Mungiu for Graduation and Olivier Assayas. And the Grand Prix was It's Only the End of the World by Xavier Dolan. And the Palme d'Or for Ken Loach for I, Daniel Blake. And I must say that, Pierre, that I'd like to congratulate you because you had already decided that this was going to be the Palme d'Or. Film that aroused great emotion in the audience at the press showing and at the official screening. And here we see the end of the screening.
Qui sont présents à ses côtés. Donc il y a LA Squires.
The official screening, and you see the producer Rebecca Bryan, who's sitting down, and the screenwriter as well. This was the longest ovation among all the screenings, and this film is probably the one that hits hardest and in an unexpected way. You don't really expect to be overcome with emotion, and Ken Loach is particularly gifted for this, and there are other films that are as powerful and touching in presenting social issues. And so the festival goers, like the jury, were deeply touched by this film. And so those who are in the audience today will see, or for the first time or the second time, these scenes, an extraordinary scene in with Lise Squires. She was selected after Hayley Squires, who told us how she was selected. And there is one scene that is so powerful that it illustrates the film's power. This is a woman who suffers from who lives in great misery and it shows how the administration tries to discourage people who need help, who need aid. And this is a real melodrama recounted by Ken Loach, who wants to wake us up to the importance of this. And what is amazing about Ken Loach is that his characters always have tremendous dignity. He obviously has a great deal of love for his characters, but these are films films that never look down on their characters, but raises these characters to a maximum dignity. And the problems he addresses here exist all over the world, not just in England. The film is set in Newcastle, and he finished his presentation, "Another world is possible, but it is necessary. Most of all, it is necessary." This is one of the phrases that will mark this festival, the 69th festival. And Ken Loach is joining the very exclusive club of double winners of the Palme d'Or, since he won it in 2006 for The Wind That Shakes the Barley. And I believe Ken Loach has had about 20 films in the competition. He had 3 jury prizes. I'm not sure I remember all of them, and he continues in the competition. 2 years ago, Ken Loach told us here that he was going to retire, he was going to start making films. Then we learned that he was going to continue making films. And when Thierry Frémaux announced the selection of his film here, some people said, "Oh, Ken Loach again." But what is important is the film, and when people see the film, they realize how amazing it is, how powerful it is. And Ken Loach is almost 80, I believe it's on June 17th, and he is an habitué of Cannes, but he is a great filmmaker. It's as if you would prevent an athlete from competing because he has already won many prizes. And so in Cannes, it's important to have the best players, the best directors, even if they have already been here. There was another another winner who was back, a very young Xavier Dolan, who won the Grand Prix for Mommy, and this year it is the jury prize, and he is now shooting a film in English. Maybe he will get the Palme d'Or the 3rd time around, and he is here, of course, with Marion Cotillard, Nathalie Baye, Gaspard Ulliel, and he said that he was afraid of having gone wrong, perhaps because of the rather unfavorable reception at the press screening, and he said maybe he had made the wrong choice by choosing a cast of stars, of the great stars of French cinema. And obviously, and the reaction in the evening at the public screening showed that this touched the public as much as the jury. And when we see these very famous actors, we see them on the screen, but they are so taken over by their characters that we forget that they are stars, and something rather amazing happens somewhat. He could have taken less famous actors, might have been different, but here something amazing happens, and we see something that is quite rare, even if these are very famous actors. If we're used to seeing them and they are true stars, we can really enjoy their performance of these different roles that they have made their own. And certain critics considered that this film suffered from the fact that all you could see were these great stars. But the result is that the Grand Prix here in the 69th Cannes Film Festival in 2016 has solved the question, perhaps not, but for Cannes, so it is his second prize in Cannes after Mami.
Le voici, vous le voyez là, vous voyez à l'image.
And here you see Ken Loach, who is at the Photocall. And so we are dropping our mics to applaud.
Bravo. Bravo.
Congratulations.
Juste pour féliciter toute l'équipe.
Just to congratulate the cast and crew, and Xavier Dolan is behind him. Congratulations, Xavier.
Qui était avec nous. On est juste allé les féliciter, hein. Excusez-nous, c'est juste.
So we just got up to congratulate them. We simply couldn't resist. We have great filmmakers in front of us. We cannot resist getting up. We've spoken to them before the screening, after the screening, and these are the finest filmmakers of the day. And so we want to know more about their reaction after learning who the winners are. And here we have the team, the crew of the short films, the Palme d'Or for short films, film with a lot of humor, time codes, directed by Juanjo Jimenez, and it has to do with the video surveillance in the car park, and I believe these short films cannot be more than 15 minutes long. And we are used to seeing young filmmakers this time. Juanjo Jimenez was born in 1965. So it is great to see this filmmaker who is over 50.
Vous ne le voyez pas, mais Christian Mungiu va bientôt être au Photocall aussi.
And soon we will have Christian Mungiu at the Photocall. He won the Best Director's Award along with Olivier Sayas, and here we see Juanjo Jimenez in front of the photographers for the Palme d'Or for the best short film. Time code on a supermarket car park, and there has been a car has been vandalized at night, and so they inspected the video camera footage. And so,
oui, c'est la mention spéciale.
And this is the special mention for the jury by João Paulo Miranda Maria, the girl who danced with the devil.
João Paulo Miranda Maria, que l'on salue bien sûr pour cette mention spéciale.
Le réalisateur João Paulo Miranda Maria.
Oh bien.
And so the director is João Paulo Miranda Maria.
Jury court-métrage.
And so this jury was presided by Naomi Kawasaki. And of course, short films cannot last more than 15 minutes.
Voilà, donc les courts-métrages au Photocall juste
short films at the Photocall just behind us. In just a moment, we will see Xavier Dolan, Ken Loach, Christian Mungiu, and then we will have the press conferences for the winners, and we can see the camera is ready in the press room. And we will also hear what the jury members say about the discussions. They don't tell it all. They don't say it all. We often learn some of the secrets long after the winners have been announced, but this will give us some idea of which decisions were unanimous. And each jury member has something to say. Some of them have had favorites, and we will be able to listen to their different opinions. And here we have Christian Mungiu, which he, for the Best Director Award, when he comes here, he gets a prize, since he already had the Palme d'Or.
Le prix du scénario et le prix d'interprétation
best,
en 2012.
He had also had a Best Actress Award in 2012, and this year he has the Best Directors Award, and so that's quite a record. And Christian Mungiu continues to live and work in Romania. He's been invited to work elsewhere, and he's here with his star, with the main female role, and who is absolutely wonderful. And the question he asked is whether you should ask your children to stay in Romania or go elsewhere to have a degree. And I asked him what he would do with his own children, and he told us that he did not really know. But Christian Mungiu has just left the Photocall, and so all these winners will be in the press room you see now on the screen, and so we will have the press conference hosted, but if there is a Photocall at the same time, we will show it to you at the same time. And here we have Jacqueline Jose, who stars in Brillante Mendoza's film set in Manila. The film is Marosa. And Jacqueline Jose is very famous in the Philippines, but to prepare this film, she went to see how the people she represents in the film live, and was able to be almost incognito. And of course, we had a very strong statement by the Palme d'Or, one of the strongest in in Cannes. And it was a very strong female presence, and so we congratulate Olivier Assayas as Jacqueline Jose poses for the photographs with her award.
071 American Honey, yeah! Squad.
Bravo, bravo. Congrats.
Thank you.
Deserve it.
I'm gonna put this 071 up, and I love you guys, and this is all for us, man.
C'était Sacha Lane.
Sacha Lane qui est venue faire un petit coucou là.
American Honey.
Sacha Lane, the actress for American Honey, the discovery of Andrea Arnold's film American Honey, and she came to say hi, because we are here to introduce the press conferences and comment the Photocalls, and Asghar Farhadi is here. Just, can you come and say hello? So I think Asghar Farhadi has to go to the Photocall, where you can see Olivier Assayas, who is one of the two winners of the Best Director's Prize.
Une question. Non, mais allez. Alors que c'est toute l'équipe.
Ask a question. And Jacqueline Jose is coming here to say hello.
Just one word. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, unbelievable, unbelievable. I gave it all to Dante as much as I did my job. I am so thankful with Brillante Mendoza.
Did you expect this?
I did not. I just want to come here with my daughter and walk to the red carpet. I was just sitting there and watching the stage, how nice it is, and how come in the Philippines we can't make it. It's just so simple things. And then they called my name, so I got surprised and so happy, really, really.
It's well deserved.
Well
But
deserved.
of course, I am proud, so proud of our film.
Yeah.
We just do not know how the people will react or will like our film. But us, we know that we did our best, and we know that we have a good film.
You do.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Jeune.
Bravo. Merci
Bravo,
beaucoup.
Jacqueline Rosé,
Jacqueline
Marosa, qui est là avec ce
you.
magnifique
Yeah.
award.
Ah oui, c'est magnifique.
Ah ouais, très bel award. Bravo.
Merci,
beaucoup.
Merci.
Merci,
This
Jacqueline.
is a wonderful
Que l'on découvre Xavier Dolan,
award,
bien sûr,
and
c'est
here we are. We see Xavier Dolan, the Grand
qui ne
Prix,
cesse de monter donc dans le
a
cinéma.
rising star of international cinema, and maybe next time he'll have the Palme d'Or.
Xavier Dolan, juste la fin du monde. L'histoire, on la résume en deux mots.
Xavier Dolan is about a successful playwright who goes back to his family to tell them that he has AIDS and does not have much time to live.
Son Grand Prix.
And he's holding, Xavier Dolan is holding his Grand Prix.
De l'autre côté.
And this is for the film It's Only the End of the World. And Xavier Dolan is only 27. Ken Loach is almost 80. And Xavier Dolan represents the future of cinema.
Un énorme tempérament.
A wonderful temperament. And he gave a very emotional speech and dedicated his prize to his costume director.
Et oui, c'est Anatole France qui l'a cité.
And he quoted the great French writer Anatole France to express
Quitte le
the
photocall.
philosophy of his film. And here we have Andrea Arnold,
Vous l'avez vu, on a pu le voir avec tout à l'heure.
and we saw her with Sasha Lin, and we hope we can talk to her later. And Xavier is with us now.
Alors, Xavier,
Juste. Bah, bravo déjà. C'est génial.
Congratulations to start with. We really felt your emotion when you spoke. Oh, yes. Now I've quieted down, but when I talk about it again later, I think I will be just as moved. I'm very emotional. That's my nature. It's a problem, maybe not. But in fact, there's nothing better than feeling loved and understood by one's peers, and especially people we respect and admire. Nothing is comparable to this joy. And so you have another shoot to complete on the 9th of July. So the fight, the struggle continues. And congratulations once again.
Merci Xavier Dolan.
Thank you to Xavier Dolan.
Et voilà, alors qu'à l'image, on voit Andrea Arnold et
And
Sasha Lane.
here we see Andrea Arnold and Sasha Lane.
De la scène jusqu'à notre plateau.
And so the emotion that you all witnessed on the stage is come up here to our set. And so this is Andrea Arnold's third prize. She came with Red Road and won the jury prize, a fish tank, the jury prize again, and with American Honey. And what does she win? I believe it's the jury prize. I'm trying to keep up with you, Didier. And this is a film that made quite an impression at the press screening with the energy of this group of young people. It's the story of a young woman who leaves her family to go off with a bunch of young people who sell magazine subscriptions. And so now we have Shahab Hosseini, who has made several films with Asghar Farhadi. He was here in About Ellie with the same actress as in this film, and he was in A Separation, also another fine film by Asghar Farhadi, who was very surprised because it's very rare that one film gets two prizes, and it is the case this year. Since Barton Fink, the rules have changed. And so you cannot win a major prize, but the same film cannot win two major prizes, but it is possible to have the best screenplay prize and best actors prize. And so this is a story about minor incidents in life that raise major moral and social issues, and this is what he has done in his previous films and in this year's film, The Salesman. He creates tremendous tension, emotional tension in everyday scenes, everyday details. And he is both very precise and very suspenseful, and he builds up the tension where a minor event grows in importance as the film goes on. And so the best screenplay is definitely well-deserved for Asghar Farhadi, who makes his cast rehearse weeks before the shoot. He has them rehearse, of course, and have physical exercise and even imitate animals. And Bérénice Bejo had told us how surprised she was to create not only the characters, but work on their bodies, and especially this team spirit. He told us yesterday that it wasn't the moral issue that came first, but in The Salesman, it all started from a theatrical stage set, and this is a beautifully written film, and I think subtlety is what best characterizes the work of Asghar Farhadi. And I agree, and the press conference for the jury should start in just a moment.
I'm good. I'm really happy. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. I just did some twerking. Yeah. Let's see you twerk. Come on.
Is it a surprise?
Yes. I was in my neighbour's garden up till like 1 o'clock today or something. So a massive surprise. Yes. I was like, like hanging out, like drinking tea, and then the phone rang and they said, "You got to get on a plane." I was like, "Oh!" I literally got changed in the toilets here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, seriously.
Okay.
Because and they met me at the airport with some of those motorbike riders with the leathers. Actually, they didn't have leathers. That's in my imagination, but I'm a filmmaker. I'm allowed to do that. But they drove very fast, and it was very exciting.
Did you call all the kids? Did you tell them that you won the prize?
I haven't had time really, but there's been a lot of texting and Sasha, does everyone know that we got a prize? Do you know? We're going to put it on Facebook. We'll put it on Facebook. Well,
maybe if they're watching, tell them.
Oui.
We're all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they're watching. Well, if you are, well, no, then they're probably not. Do you think they're watching? I don't know. I don't know that they know, but yeah, they will be badass.
Andrea, merci
Thank
beaucoup
you.
and
Bravo,
congratulations.
Andrea.
Bravo, bravo.
Thank
And you
you
ask Pierre to twerk, and he will.
so much. Eh,
Il faut que tu twerk.
Ah oui, là.
Alors que,
Bye.
Andrea, alors que Ken Loach est devant les photographes au Photocall, Ken Loach avec sa
And now we have
palme
Ken
d'or
Loach
pour,
in front of the cameras with his Palme d'Or for I, Daniel Blake,
Rebecca O'Brien.
Voilà. Rebecca O'Brien et
with
Paul
Rebecca
Laverty.
O'Brien
Rebecca O'Brien, ses complices de toujours.
and Paul Laverty.
Ken Loach avec sa palme d'or. Regardez.
And his Palme d'Or.
Ken Loach. Et
Paul
toujours
Laverty.
le point levé, Paul Laverty. Hein.
On se souviendra
And
longtemps de son discours.
Ouais, c'est lui qui
His
était
speech will
C'est lui qui a
Laverty,
enquêté.
oui.
Paul Laverty, oui, oui.
his speech will be long remembered, and Paul Laverty is the one who went back with the story to ask Ken Loach to go back to making films. And so that's how this project came to fruition. It's much more minimalist than some of his previous films. And
cette proximité qu'il a avec ses
compared
personnages.
to Jimmy's Hall in particular, which was in 2014. And he describes people's lives without betraying them. And his film is very powerful. It makes everyday life very interesting.
Mais personnellement, j'aurais peut-être été aussi du côté de celui qui
I
joue
Dave Jones.
Daniel Blake, Dave Jones.
believe that Shahab Hosseini deserves his Best Actress prize, but we were extremely impressed by Dave John's performance, and he wasn't really, he didn't expect to be able to give such a performance. I have the feeling that Ken Loach has already left.
Je le vois là-bas, il est allé de l'autre côté. Je crois
Yes,
que
he's
Pierre a
on
envie
the
d'aller
other
voir
side.
si Ken Loach veut bien
And I
venir
think
nous
that
dire un petit mot. Le
Pierre
voici.
would like to see if Ken Loach wants to say a few words to us.
Il est parti pour voir si Ken
And so
Loach peut
Pierre
venir,
has gone
peut-être pourquoi pas, en marchant
to
tout simplement.
see if Ken Loach will
Ah, voilà,
say a
Pierre
few
qui est
words to
avec
us. So there is Pierre.
Bravo, Ken Loach.
Congratulations, Ken Loach.
Surprise for you.
It's a complete surprise. We didn't expect to come back. But it was, I don't know, the audience when we showed the film was very generous, and so, we left with a very good feeling, and then we thought, well, that was nice, now back to real life. And then this morning we got a call, and here we are, and it's just extraordinary, and we are all stunned, I think, to be honest, really stunned.
Bravo encore, Ken Loach. Merci beaucoup. Merci encore pour votre film.
Merci à vous.
Merci à vous.
Thank you so
C'est
much
important à dire
for
que
this film. It's important to say
qui suivent le cinéma,
that
c'est le
the
plus important.
French,
Parce que
what is
sans les Français,
the
nous ne
French
sommes pas.
are very important in supporting cinema, because without the French,
Merci beaucoup, Ken
we
Loach, pour
wouldn't
ces
be
mots.
here.
Merci à
Thank
vous.
you so
Je vous
much
laisse
for
avancer.
these words.
Ken Loach, donc, qui était au micro de
So
Pierre.
Ken Loach was talking to Pierre. Congratulations for having pursued him. I got scolded, but here we see the crew from Divine for the Caméra d'Or, the film
Avec son discours, Catherine
by
Corsini.
Huda Benyamina, Divine. And this is a film that will certainly be very much talked about.
Il a remercié.
So you heard, did you hear what Ken Loach said? He thanked the French. He said what is also very important is that the French have such a passion for the cinema that it's thanks to them that we ourselves can make such films. So it was very touching, and he expressed his great surprise at having won this prize. And the Caméra d'Or with the president of the jury, Catherine Corsini, and we have the director and her cast in front of the photographers on the roof of the Festival Hall in Cannes.
On voit des images du film sur un des.
Here are some images of from the film just below me.
Catherine Corsini.
And Catherine Corsini is there with the director, Huda Benyamina, and her actresses. And here is the director.
Grossir le buzz autour de Divine. La première projection,
and there was more and more